Good morning and welcome to Life Without Shakers, and welcome, I'm delighted to say, finally to Wasdale Head again. This is a walk that's been about 6 months in the planning, and it's been a right pain, I can tell you that. I was supposed to do it about 6 months ago when I busted my ankle coming down Sca Fell, and then there was a long, wet, cold winter and early spring, and now finally had a chance to come up here again. And after driving up in beautiful sunshine a few days ago, it then proceeded to chuck down for 2 days. So I've basically been sat watching the rain for the last couple of days, waiting for this glorious sunshine to reappear. And finally I'm able to complete my journey around the southern fells. And today's objective is firstly in that direction, going over Illgill Head and Whin before dropping down towards Boot, and from there I'm going to venture out up to Slight Side before finishing the southern fells on Sca Fell. And I think it's going to be about 16 miles all told. So let's get going. Must admit, I've been slightly wary about planning this walk. For one thing, it's so hard to get to Wasdale Head that you have to be absolutely guaranteed you're going to get the weather when you get there, otherwise you get stuck for a day longer than you plan to. But also, Sca Fell itself is not one I've been up before, and it may not be quite as high as Sca Fell Pike, but it seems awfully steeper and more pinnacly at the summit. It's always one I've looked on with a bit of trepidation, so hopefully it'll be okay. My walk today starts off along the old corpse road between Wasdale and Esdale, and it's pretty steep. I haven't even got to the mountains yet. I can't imagine carrying a coffin up here. It's been hard work. Well, hopefully I'm on the climb to Illgill Head, but already run into navigational issues because I didn't see any obvious deviation off the corpse road, which is supposed to carry straight on. But this path is going in what appears to be the right direction, so let's hope it is the right path. But it turns out I think I am on the right path, because I've just got a glimpse of Burnmore Tarn over there, and map suggests that the corpse road goes around the far side of that, which I'm definitely nowhere near. I've got a first glimpse of the later objectives for the day: Slight Side and Sca Fell, which currently has clouds on it, so I hope they blow over before the end of the day, because the rest of the southern fells and the western fells are looking gloriously clear at the moment. Oh, please let this be a summit. It's been a long, tough climb already. Right, I'm going on gut instinct that wasn't the summit there, that little shelter, because there's a big cairn on a distinctly higher plateau up there. It can't be Wind because Wind lower than Illgill Head. Great view of Sca Fell from here as well, by the way. That's what you want on a walk in the hills. Okay, here we are on the summit of Illgill Head. This is 1,983 feet, Wainwright number 27 in the Southern Fells. Illgill Head is known to most visitors to Lakeland as Wastwater Screes, although this latter title is strictly appropriate only to the stone-strewn flank that falls so spectacularly into the depths of Wastwater. There is nothing at all about the actual summit to give a hint of its dramatic situation almost on the lip of the tremendous plunge to Wastwater. All is grass, dry springy turf that on a hot day cries aloud for a siesta, where heavy sleepers do not position themselves that they can slide down the gradual decline to the root of the cliffs. This remarkable point of vantage, high above the lake, should be visited nevertheless. If it is omitted, the whole ascent becomes purposeless. Okay, let's go and see what that looks like. I don't want to get too much closer to the edge, but this is spectacular. And as we head over the end of Illgill Head, get a first glimpse of Whin Rigg. Looks pretty formidable actually. I was expecting it to be a continuation of the ridge. It's definitely its own summit. Well, I think this is the high point, but it's a bit unclear because there's another bit over there that might be. Anyway, this is Whin Rigg, 1,755 feet, Wainwright number 28 in book 4. Wainwright says no mountain in Lakeland, not even Great Gable, Blink Catherine or Langdale Heights can show grander front than Whin Rigg. Modest in elevation though the latter is, and so little known that most visitors to the district will not have heard the name. Little prominence over there, get an even better view of Wastwater itself. See from here the youth hostel where I spent the night. Some of the valley on the other side of Wastwater. Wonderful view. Not sure what to say about the next part of this walk. Only done 4 miles, I've still got another 12 to go. But the next 8 miles is basically a long and winding descent into boot. And then what looks like a quite boggy traverse over to the foot of Slight Side. So, oh, I guess I just enjoy the view. Wasdale Forest according to the map, and hopefully this is the right path down into Boot. I think I should have said that this was Wasdale Forest because it's all gone. It's all been chopped. Sound of steam train. Seems to be going on for a while, this forest, but it's very lovely and peaceful. I'm enjoying it. Part of me wishes I didn't have to climb up a big hill at the end at the other end. Right, here's where wayfinding might get a bit tricky. I need to pick the correct path of all these choices. It'll take me over Brat's Hill and into Boot. Lovely little spot here though. Yeah, as I say, a beautiful little spot. This is Wasdale. It's not one I've come across before. This would be a gorgeous little spot for a picnic. Crossing a bit early in the day. My route takes me up this little hill because I went the wrong way a bit. And now I'm back in Wasdale, walking in the wrong direction. Because even though I was following what's clearly marked on the map as a footpath, it apparently ended in a dead end at a farm with no way through. So I had to retrace my steps. I have to try and take the forestry track instead. It's added probably a mile to my journey, which doesn't help. Right, I think I'm back on the path that I should have been on before I had to take that annoying diversion. Oh, it's a long way to get to Boot. Still got another hill to go over yet before I get there. This walk has turned into a bit of a nightmare now. I'm trying to make my way across Brat's Hill, and I was following a path that, as is so often in the way, ended in a swamp. Energy sapping tussocks of grass. I have no idea where the other end of the hill is. It's going to be a lot longer than 16 miles for today's walk anyway. Well, this explains the error. The path I was following that led me up there wasn't the right one. What I thought was Brat's Hill was actually marked on the map as Wasdale Head Moss. It's all gone wrong because this is Blaytarn, which is somewhere out of my way and I shouldn't have really gone anywhere near here. But if I can get down to it, I know there's a path on the other side that will take me where I want to go. Oh, this is finally the outskirts of Boot. After that, I'll still hurry up that monster this afternoon. God knows how I'm going to manage that. It's taken so long just to find a village. I finally made it into Boot. That's 3.5 miles and 1.5 hours later than I should have done. Oh, still got the hardest part of the walk to go yet, but I have to stop for some food now. lunch done, and this spectacular waterfall. I'm about to do a piece of the camera. Got my mountain rescuer out. Wonderful setting. Wasdale Mill. As I was saying, it feels like a potentially foolish thing to do now. There's a straight path 5 miles back towards Wasdale Head. I could do that and avoid climbing Sca Fell and leave that for another day. I'm here now. I really feel like I need to get it done. It's been hanging over my head for so long. Let's just push on. Went wrong again there, but luckily out of the corner of my eye I spotted my next way marker, which is this. This is Illgill. Following a path, and it's every bit as boggy as I thought it would be. It doesn't seem to be getting me any closer to where I want to be getting, because that slight side still a long way away in front of me. Right, here is my next waymark, slightly off the track. It needs to go up that hill. This is Stony Tarn though, which means I'm vaguely going in the right direction. Slightly off course again, briefly. Managed to spot the path I think I want to be on, which appears to be now finally heading in a straight line towards the foot of Slight Side. I'm guessing I'm approaching the start of the climb up Slight Side proper, because my pace has slowed to a crawl, so it doesn't look too far away now. It's going to take a while to get there yet. Well, unfortunately, there hasn't been much footage of the climb up Slight Side because, well, there's no other word for it, it's been absolute killer. I don't know if I missed the path or if there just wasn't one, but I ended up picking my way through a boulder field up a very steep slope. But I appear to have spotted a marker post, and hopefully this is the summit in front of me. If it is, oh, I've just got one more summit to go, then I can come down again. Time ago that I last got my book out, but I finally made it to the summit of Slight Side, 1,499 feet. This is Wainwright number 29 of book 4. Wainwright says the mile-long south ridge of Sca Fell descends loftily to an abrupt terminus at a barrier of rock, which rises to a neat peak, Slight Side, and to the east falls sharply to Wasdale from the steep cliff of Horncrag, a name sometimes given to the fell itself. I think it was Horn Crag that I climbed straight up the side of by accident. Right, I'm exhausted now. I can see the end goal and it's currently free of cloud, so I'm going to hurry up and get up there before that changes. Here it is, the final climb of book 4. It's like ascending the secret stair into Mordor. And 30th and finally for the Southern Fells. This is Sca Fell, or Sca Fell, 3,162 feet, and literally as soon as I got here and started to film, it started absolutely hammering down. When men first named the mountains, the whole of the high mass south of Wasdale Head was known as Sca Fell. Later, as the work of the Dales folk took them more and more onto the heights and closer identification became necessary, they applied the name to the mountain that seemed to them the greatest, the other summits in the range to them individually inferior, being referred to collectively as the Pikes of Sca Fell. Many folk today, even with the added knowledge that the main pike is not only higher but actually the highest land in the country, share the old opinion that Sca Fell is the superior mountain of the group. I would possibly dispute that because it's been a hell of a horrible climb to get up here. View's not bad. Still a load of people up on Sca Fell Pike though. It's a long way away. Somehow now I've got to find my way down. That's not going to be easy. That's a bit hairy. Path that I chose, although well cairned at the top, it's just basically made of loose stone, so it's a bit slidey. Hopefully this grassy path now will last for quite a while, preferably until I get all the way to Wasdale. No, that grassy bit didn't last very long at all. We're back on the loose stones. Goody. This descent route seems to go on forever. You can see behind me a long way off the summit of Sca Fell now. I'm still a long way above the valley floor. It's going to have to drop quite quickly at some point, I fear. Reached the point where the path does indeed start to descend very steeply. At least it's walkable and not a scrambly job. Well, joy of joys, the descent has finally brought me back to the old corpse road. However, in a mean little last minute trick, there's a stream and a drop and a really boggy bit between me and the gate. But thankfully I've made it down, and just as well I wasn't far away from needing to be carried along here in a box myself. Oh, but nearly finally back. Right, that was pretty much the last gate. Almost back at the car park now. Go for that. That descent route seems to take a while, but at least there's no steep scrambling involved. I think I would like to go up that way, but as a descent route, it's probably one of the probably the best of the available alternatives. But overall, today has been a bit of a nightmare. Should have been 16 miles, it's over 20, only 10.5 hours, and all because I just keep losing paths all the time. Yeah, and because of that, I'm just far too exhausted to describe any of the summits, apart from the first couple when I was rushing to try and get some distance done. But that is book 4 complete. All of the Southern Fells ticked off, and next time it's on to a new chapter, the Northern Fells, and I think I'm looking forward to that. I always say that at the start of a new adventure, so hope you can join me for that, and I hope you've enjoyed watching today's misadventures. As ever, thank you for watching, and hope you can join me next time. Bye.